right? Hello. Okay. I've just been crafting and grinding. Ooh, I need 411. I'm up at 20 now. I was doing the hunting logs and the class quest. No, I haven't done the daily roulette on it. That was gonna be my next. It says unable to join party. Probably because I'm crafting. Oh, yeah. Oh, thank God that turned into a high quality. I've been trying to fulfill the job quests because I kind of just the way I did it. I kind of did it the stupid way of just like crafting crafting the items repeatedly instead of stopping to do the class quests. So I'm like 2 class quests behind. Which I was, because I had the question for Kura, I was just like, well, so, uh, you know, as I've gotten up in armor, I've sat here and I'm like, well, the item level for some of the stuff I'm seeing, that I was seeing beforehand, is like negligible compared to stuff that you would find in a dungeon or in a raid. So I sat there and I said, what's the point of the crafting? And she said, well, you need to get the schematics and that. In order to do that, I need to finish the class quests. So... Gear. Yeah, so I'll pull up my... There's like 21 combat classes that 22 if you include Blue Mage, but Blue Mage is kind of a meme. Oh, crafting? 11. What the? Yep. So because I keep catching shit for having, you know, outfits that are they're skimpy, and I'm just like, fine, I'll come up with something that's not as skimpy, a little classic, you know. And then Tomb Raider popped up. See. It's a glamour. It's a glamour plate. It's a random dungeon, but yeah. Oh, let me pop my stance. Get that aggro. Oh, you're playing Red Mage? Seems a little rough, given, you know, a lot of Red Mage's abilities really only start working at the... Oh, you're doing fine. See, now what the other person just decided to do, which is run up to the next area there, is a little concerning. I know, but it for we aren't, but for me, whenever I do tanking stuff, you know, I look out for stuff like that, and I'm just like, red flag, red flag. Yeah. I like it. I like them chunky. Well, just mythology in general, most of it. I would say that the primary thing, though, is typically like if if I'm tanking, you know, it's probably best to stand behind the monster, because when they do their cleaves or, you know, AoEs, it's better for everybody, you know, to... It's healthier, you know, to stay out of the blast radius that's aimed at me, you know. Yeah, pretty much. But it's still like here, you know. Why is he aiming at you? Yeah, how is that? I'm like, why is he looking at you? You have to confirm. Mm-hmm. That's fine. Isn't in this, right? Wait, was there something? I'll pass on that so you can take it. Go ahead and knead on it if you... Yeah, but you could still sell it at the... or pawn it off at a guild or something. Ah. Yas, bitch! Oh, I leveled up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I say, what's the difference between a monk and a dragoon? Height and accuracy. So, I don't know, guys, back in, like, the old Final Fantasy games, there was, jump and there was kick. And both of them had, just the character fly across the screen, you know? And the Dragoon goes straight up and then lands on one guy. The monk just fucking like does this common rider kick across the screen that hits all of the enemies at once. Spears are... Well, spears are always, just a choice weapon. In fact, part of me has been thinking of in Elden Ring doing a respec just so I could use some spears, or just change it up a little bit as I go into the new area. And then another part of me remembers that I just got my my greatsword to plus 20, and it's probably not wise to change away from an upgraded weapon in such a late game area. Yeah, don't be like a streamer that I saw one time where she got all the way up to like level 40 without class upping. No, it still keeps your level and everything from. It's basically, think of it like in Dungeons and Dragons you get an advanced like an advanced subset, you know, like like you're not just a warrior, you're an echo warrior, you know, or a fighter, you know. We have to tempt him with titties. I mean, I don't think he'd be interested in mine, but no. Now my characters, maybe. Oh, so Mr. Graves does not have Final Fantasy 14 on his Steam, so that makes this real fucking easy. Hey, Graves. Now, I know that I can't gift you the game outright. Okay. Now, So, and I threw in a little extra because I don't fucking get, conversions between euros and dollars. There we go. All right. And with that, I called his bluff, and yeah. Called goat leather. Okay. Fuck! Crafted the wrong. Well, you should have thought about that before you tested me, Graves. Well, so the base game is $20. Did he pay for his sub? Because you lose free trial if you sub. No, I didn't buy him a sub, but he hasn't got the game on his Steam yet, so it should come with a free trial. Yeah, the trial doesn't have a time limit, and but it should, on Steam, if you picked it up on Steam, it should have 1 month of a basically free sub, right? unless I'm mistaken. I don't know what to say. That's just buying the game. Alright, I'm just trying to turn in this quest before I head over to... I pray return to the Wakened Sands. I mean, I paid for him to get the starter edition, or actually the complete edition. Okay. Now I can pray return. Also, because Dalamud is not working, you might get Mickey back, depending on who shows up. Yep. It's also a it's also how we got TTS working. Well, here, let me try logging out, or exiting the game and then reopening. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's working again. I just needed to refresh the launcher. Alright, so I talked to Minfilia.
Minfilia says, HM? Tadara says, do excuse me for interrupting, madam. My lady, the gentleman from Ashgana Exports has just left. I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. Minfilia says you did well, Tadaru. Please inform the guards that we will not be receiving any further guests this evening. Tadaru says, thank you, my lady. Minfilia says ever since we defeated Gaius Van Baelsar and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the eyes of the world have followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where once we worked in secret, with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. A true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tadarus spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, it was with the goal of serving Eorzea, not the interests of individual Eorzeans. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet, If accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Baldesian colleagues have been generous beyond measure, but we cannot expect them to. Forgive me. I did not mean to burden you so.
Minfilia, Ishtola, what's,
Yet, my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. Might I impose upon you to consult the others? They are like to have their own opinions on this matter.
I even think Ida would make money.
Urianger said, "Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioner's machinations, nay, not while the beast tribes do labor unseen, defiant in defeat, to raise up their fallen primals once more." "Doubt not that they shall return stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. This sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few, and our fortune so finite." Papalimo says none can deny that we would benefit from more support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles. Neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Ul'dah now, and have done with it. Quite sure Ida would enjoy the bribes.
Quite sure Ida would enjoy the bribes.
Thankard says fortune begets power, and power fortune. That we, and especially you, have power is beyond doubt. The question is what to do with it. You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief amongst the refugees that Alamigo could be liberated, if only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is but one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads, madam. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear.
Ida says I've been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Papalimo keeps making me send them back.
I've been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Papalimo keeps making
It wouldn't
me
be
send
so
them back.
bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know? Ishtola says recall you our meeting with the Admiral, shortly after the Lominson sent word of the summoning of Titan? Then mayhap you also recall my words to our host. I said unto Merlwyb that her people had broken their treaty with the kobolds, and that the beastmen had justly responded, that we had been called to intervene in a conflict which she herself had invited. I spoke, in short, the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? Because, owing no allegiance to Limsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Lominsons to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolved them of guilt. Upon this subject, Minfilia can expect a similar reply. Our many dalliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely.
Well, there's that, and then there's also what was it? In the Mog station.
Alphinaud says HM. This situation. I too have given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I made my feelings known to the antecedent.
Minfilia says Alphinaud, madam. Is aught amiss?
Alphinaud says you desired counsel, and so you shall have it. Minfilia, the scions of the seventh dawn must leave Ul'dah.
Minfilia says we must do what?
Alphinaud says so long as we remain within Ul'dah territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an Aetheryte? They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause, which is why it and other favors will be denied us unless we cooperate.
Minfilia says if Ul'dah is no longer suitable, where would you have us go?
Alphinaud says experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length, and plant our banner in a place which all agree to be beyond their borders. More Dona.
That's a fair answer.
Revenant's Toll, to be precise. It lies within neutral territory, and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of an additional benefit, it is also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks.
Yep. I see the logic.
I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Ul'dah and her people over the years. But I truly believe this to be the best course of action.
Minfilia says, as you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concerted effort. Ul'dah is our home, Alphinaud. To cast aside everything we have built and start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless.
Alphinaud says the decision is yours to make, antecedent. I ask only that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to found the Path of the 12 Heir that. We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as my grandfather did, that makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are as much your family as.
Minfilia says that will be all, Alphinaud. I am sure you have some familial affairs of your own to attend to.
Oh.
Alphinaud says your concern is most generous, but no, I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I could not very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the Order, after all.
I feel like Minfilia is getting a little touchy with. Well, she was a little bit defensive towards Alphinaud there. Like it doesn't Well, it's there's that, but then there's also it feels like she kind of personally attacked him at the end there, saying like, "Don't you have some familial problems to deal with of your own?" You know. I was like, that's it's not a line that I think you should cross there, Min.
Minfilia says, leave Ulda. Has it truly come to this? HM? Oh, madam. Pray attend to Alphanod. He is engaged in some business or other and requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alphanod waits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he shall have my answer in due time.
Bum, 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 bum.
Alphanod says confound it. She knows what must be done, and all because of these fanciful rumors. Chim, I should explain. Minfilia's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Flamen was her name, though you may know her better as the songstress of Ulda. She was a performer of singular talent, and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Charlayan minstrel.
Okay, I have to say it. I love the fact that everybody in this fucking place is wearing,
As you may imagine, the
like,
news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers,
fantasy armor,
many of whom refused to
and
acknowledge what had happened. That her body
and-
was never found only served to encourage speculation.
robes and whatnot. And then here's my character wearing like streetwear and a do-rag. Like,
Minfilia, too, struggled at first to accept the truth, but as Flamen's absence stretched from months into years, she saw that there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate, for whatever reason, rumors have once again begun to circulate that Flamen is alive and well. One of our informants, Father Iliad, has sent word that a woman matching the songstress's description has been seen of late at the seaside resort of Costa del Sol. If we could succeed in tracking her down, I have no doubt that any worries that now plague Minfilia's heart might be assuaged. I mean to set forth for La Nosea at once. Let us reconvene there and inquire with Master Gejeruju as to the veracity of these rumors.
it's a cousin of Dead Mouse, you know. I thought people always just called him Dead Mouse. I mean, The man's living the life. He's got cat girl over here fanning him down, and cat girl over here feeding him fruit.
Gejiruju says, "Oh sweet siren of the sands. My Miko-T muse, why have you forsaken me?" Titan's Bane. I mean, madam, what brings you to my humble resort? Flamen? You mean to tell me the goddess made flesh who dwelt among us until so very recently was the songstress of Ulda? Egad's woman. If I had known that, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave. Oh, for shame. To think that she now plies her trade for the riffraff off to the west or wherever she said she was going. It's a tragedy, I say, a tragedy. Alphanod says west, is it? Thank you, Master Gejiruju. Your information will serve us well. That said, there are any number of places she could be. I shall begin my search by the docks and see if any witnesses might have some knowledge to spare. I would be most appreciative if you could travel on to Wineport and do the same. Berglund says, well. Yes, we did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold, to give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly, I had no choice but to eject her from the premises. Interfering with tastings, you understand. If she is your quarry, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I could smell the woman from a malm away, I dare say he could smell her from 10. Junghar says, you want to know if I've seen a Miko-T lass by the name of Flamen? I wish. I haven't seen a lass of any description for far too bloody long. Excepting yourself, of course. Shamini Lomani says, I see you have had many grand adventures since last we spoke. Madam, you must share them with me sometime. The girl from a little while ago? One does not forget a perfume like that. So robust and intoxicating. Yet simultaneously familiar. Reminiscent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her to follow the road south into Raincatcher Gully and then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. If you make haste, you may yet find her there.
Flamin says I am in your debt, stranger. I did not realize my activities had aroused the Goobie's ire until it was too late. Their oils can be used to make a perfume, you see, and Flamin? I don't. Who are you? Whom do you serve?
Alphanod says it appears you've already found our woman. Consider me impressed. The songstress of Ulda, I presume, Minfilia, or should I say, Acilia, is looking for you.
Flamin says Acilia.
Alphanod says you are the very picture of health, milady, yet the world thinks you dead. I can only conclude that this was by design. The question is, why?
Flamin says not everyone who endeavors to find me does. You will be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Minfilia when the time is right.
Alphanod says, oh, well, that does please me, more than you know. But tell me, sojourns in the forests of La Nosea aside, when exactly will the...
Flamin says when I deem it so. Do you imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in a perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further?
Alphanod says my apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we all have that which we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer locale? Wineport, say?
You just see like Mickey's hand pop out of the grave. like it's a horror movie.
This is not at all how I had envisioned it.
Jason Voorhees is reaching up out of the dirt, except it's Mickey.
I can scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through Minfilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years.
Flamin says you say my daughter awaits us in Vesper Bay, yes? I have kept her waiting long enough. Let us be off on the next ferry. I can finish fashioning the perfume along the way.
Alphanod says understood. Come with me, it would be my pleasure to escort you to the Waking Sands.
Yeah, that's a first.
Antecedent, you have a guest.
Minfilia says Lamin. Flamin says Acilia. Tataru says, I haven't seen her like this in years, madam. Minfilia says I never truly believed it when they told me you were dead. But what kept you away for so long? Flamin says the Imperials came for me, as I always knew they would. And so I resolved to stay as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endanger you and our cause. I could think of no better way to grant you the freedom to continue our work. And continue what you did, achieving things I would not have imagined possible. I followed your every success and celebrated in secret. I'm so proud of you, Asilia. Minfilia says I learned from the best. Flamin says I have a gift for you. Minfilia says Celsetia perfume. You remembered. Flamin says how could I ever forget? You wore it all the time. If ever I lost sight of you, I could find you again, just by following my nose. Minfilia says I did not think it was made anymore. You must have gone to so much trouble. Flamin says it was no trouble to me, my darling. I fear I cannot say the same for Madame, however. I could not have made it without her. Minfilia says thank you, Madam. Thank you both. Flamin says there's something else. Minfilia says this is the cat's eye I found. All these years you kept it. My father was a member of the Alamigan resistance. When I was yet a child, he brought me here to Ulda. The accident which claimed his life happened shortly after our arrival. It was Lamin who took care of me then. She raised me as her own, taught me everything I needed to know to survive.
Alphinaud says, I am no stranger to the facts of your history, yet I fear I have failed to grasp their implications. It is clear that there is much I do not know, about you and your mother both.
Minfilia says one of her first lessons to me concerned mining, and I was a very dedicated student. This cat's eye was the first stone I unearthed. It wasn't much, of course, but I was exceedingly proud to have found it nonetheless. So I gave it to Lamin as a gift. She said it was beautiful, but there I am at a loss. Why are you returning this to me? Is something amiss? Flamin says no, Asilia, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need you to realize how far you've come, and how much further you must still go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I could ever have hoped. You have succeeded where I failed, and made me so proud that words fail me. But even as I marvel at the woman you've become, and at all the many things you've done, I cannot help but think of that which you have yet to do, and of what it may entail. Asilia, daughter, you cannot stay here anymore. You and the Scions must leave Ulda. Minfilia says Lamin. Flamin says you built it once, Cecilia. You can build it again. And this time, we'll do it together. Minfilia says truly?
Is Minfilia's outfit a Mog Station thing?
Alphinaud, the time has come for the Scions to leave Vesper Bay. We shall establish a new headquarters in Revenant's Toll, as you proposed. Much work lies ahead of us. Inform our fellow Scions, and send word to the students of Baldesian. Preparations begin at once.
I just got the hiccups. Yeah, but then I walk off a cliff that's obviously there, wouldn't I?
It is all well and good that we have found ourselves a new home in Revenant's Toll, but there is so much to be done, and in so little time.
It'd hurt your brain.
Our first step
right?
will be to secure the cooperation of the Adventurers Guild representatives there.
The lack of oxygen.
Were it not for the Guild's considerable efforts, the original Camp Revenant's Toll would have never been established, much less its more heavily fortified successor. However, with construction still ongoing and resources in short supply, it seems certain that the Guild will require something in return for their support, sympathetic to our cause though they may be. Whatever they ask, I shall not begrudge it. To be plain, we need them more than they need us. Without their assistance, such essential tasks as securing new facilities, cultivating relationships with local merchants, and recruiting adventurers would prove difficult, if not impossible.
Alphanod says you need not concern yourself with such matters. Antecedent.
Minfilia says, really, Alphanod, if I need concern myself with anything, it is surely matters such as these.
Alphanod says indirectly, perhaps. I submit that you might instead concern yourself with a different matter. Namely, to whom the resolution of such matters might best be entrusted. And here I am, nor do I come alone. May I present the esteemed emissary of the Adventurers Guild at Revenant's Toll. Adventurers Guild emissary says it is an honor antecedent. Upon receiving word of your intentions from Master Alphanod, we thought it best to begin talks at the earliest available opportunity. Know that my associates at Revenant's Toll hold the Scions of the Seventh Dawn in the highest regard. We should be honored to welcome your organization. Alphanod says there are, of course, certain provisions which must needs be negotiated. If it please you, I would do so.
Minfilia says it does.
Adventurers Guild emissary says, Madame, unless I am much mistaken, you are the one known as Madame, are you not? May I say what a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance. Slaffborn spoke of you in the most glowing terms. To steal an Imperial Reaper and then use it to infiltrate a Garlean castrum is an undertaking few would contemplate, and fewer still survive. You shall always be welcome at Revenant's Toll. We hope you will favor us with your presence again ere long.
Minfilia says, well, it would seem your reputation precedes you, madam. Mayhap I should dispatch you to Revenant's Toll with all haste, as first intended. But before that, I dare say you have earned yourself a rest. After all, you have traveled so far, and there is already so much you have done for us, and for me. We will speak again anon. Till then, take care. Madam, were you able to get some rest? I would ask you to come with me to the solar. Alphanod has just returned, and it would seem there is something he would share with us.
Alphanod says you're here. Good. I come bearing news. The negotiations are concluded.
Minfilia says, and?
Alphanod says our friends at the Adventurers Guild have agreed to furnish us with new facilities and material support in exchange for our assistance in the ongoing defense and development of Revenant's Toll. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn shall have a new home in Mordona, the Rising Stones.
Ishtola says a bittersweet victory, if truth be told. I cannot deny that I had come to look forward to Tataru's tales of our many guests and their many, many demands.
Thankard says from the Waking Sands to the Rising Stones, passably poetic. That wasn't your doing, was it?
No, certainly nothing that leads us into, another
Minfilia says I too
expansion.
have news to share. In expectation of this momentous day, I personally informed the Alliance leaders of our plans, and they have each pledged their full support, General Robin included. Moreover, I have decided that the time is right for us to cast off the vestiges of our order's veil of secrecy and announce ourselves to the world.
Alphanod says, are you sure that is wise? Antecedent?
Minfilia says if anything, it is a mere formality. Our existence is quite possibly the worst kept secret in Eorzea. Let us affirm our identity, proclaim our achievements, that all may know what the Scions of the Seventh Dawn stand for.
Papalimo says, well, obvious risks apart, it would be nice to receive a little more recognition.
Ida says, and the people have a right to know who saved them. Minfilia says it is my hope that this gesture will encourage the people of Eorzea to place their trust in us. I would reveal to them the true extent of our power, yes, but in so doing, I would show them that it is a power accountable to no one, and at once to all. And what of us? We who have felled primals and faced down the Empire. To you, my fellow Scions, I would say this: prepare for the challenges which lie ahead, for they will be great indeed.
Yeah, she did in fact say, we who have
Great,
faced
I
down the
say, yet no
primals.
greater than us. And we will rise to them, as we have time and again, united as one. Tataru says, There must be some way I can wait. That area is said to be rich in minerals. Maybe I should ask Flamen to teach me the basics of mining too.
Alright.
Minfilia says, do you ever wonder how he does it? Alphanod, I mean. It was almost predictable that he should appear with an emissary of the Adventurers Guild mere moments after I had expressed the need to forge ties between our organizations. Truly, his sense of timing rivals even your own. Setting such mysteries aside for the present, I have a task for you. I would like you to deliver these documents to Slathborn. They concern our forthcoming move. Do take care on the road, and represent us well, madam.
Slathborn says I was told to expect a scion, but I didn't expect it to be you. It has been far too long, madam. You have something for me, yes? Let's see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. You'll be staying with us for a while, yes? Would that we had a dozen more like you. Since we don't, though, we'll just give you the work of a dozen men. Heh, I just...
It's possibly a primal.
Back to do the work of a dozen men, I see. Ha, but I jest. Even I can appreciate that an important woman such as yourself has little time for menial tasks. But since you're here, mayhap you'd be keen on having a look around the Scion's new home. See that impressive structure over there? That's the place. It was originally built to house a branch of the guild, you see. As such, it comes complete with a tavern where adventurers can rest from the road, fill their bellies with good food and drink, and their ears with tales of fortunes to be had about the realm. It may get a bit raucous at times, but I imagine it'll be as good a place as any to recruit capable men and women to your cause. Come with me, I'll show you around.
Tatara says, is that you, madam? I'm quite sorry to interrupt, but I have most urgent news. We received grim tidings from Gridania, and it would appear our aid is required at once. I must ask you to report back to the Waking Sands with all due haste.
Slathborn says, is everything quite all right, friend? I can't say I'm privy to the details, but it would appear this is no time for a leisurely tour. But no worries. You can rest assured that I'll see to all necessary arrangements. Pray return any time after you've seen to your more pressing matters.
I don't know. My instinct was just to immediately go inside. Bless you, by the way. My instinct was just to go to the bottom door and go straight in.
Tatara says a messenger from the Twin Adder came to the Waking Sands while you were in
Shut
Mordona.
up.
I wasn't privy to his conversation with the antecedent, but I did see the look on her face after he took his leave. Something is definitely amiss. Could it be that the Ixal have summoned Garuda again? Or mayhap Imperial forces have been sighted within the shroud? Well, whatever it may be, I'm absolutely certain it's nothing you can't handle. Now go and ask the antecedent if there's anything you can do.
And the sad thing is, it was like the smoothest I've ever gone down that ramp. I like flew straight in and to the bottom.
Minfilia says I knew this day would come, yet I prayed it would not come so soon. We have reason to believe that another primal, or an entity resembling one, has been summoned in Gridania.
Urianger says thine arrival is customarily timely, madam. The etheric waves leave little room for doubt. Thy talents will be needed ere long. If there be truth in my suspicions, 'tis a familiar foe we face, though one quite unlike the Lady of the Vortex.
Minfilia says we dare not draw conclusions without evidence, but as Urianger says, the readings bear a strong resemblance to ones observed more than 5 years ago. Though I had hoped the Moggles guard beyond such follies. Suffice it to say, this disturbance warrants a full investigation.
Urianger says thy presence hath been requested by Commander Hulowix. He awaiteth thee at the Adder's Nest.
Minfilia says pray hasten to Gridania, madam. Ida and Papalima will rendezvous with you there. May you walk in the light of the crystal.
Okay, sorry. I know, off topic. There's somebody running around in Gridania who is named Lady Dimitrescu.
For sale Hulowix says a pleasure to see you as always, madam. Thank you for answering my summons. Quite frankly, I could think of no one more qualified to, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Allow me to explain.
Oh, for fuck.
Not long ago, the Mughal Kuplokop visited the Adder's Nest to request an audience with the Elder Seedseer. He spoke of an imminent threat to all Mugglekind, one which would imperil the entire Twelveswood if left unchecked. You proved an able ambassador to the Sylphs, and we would have you reprise the role in our dealings with the Mogles. The rest you should hear from Kuplokop himself. He awaits you with the Elder Seatseer at the Lotus Stand.
The Mogles. Yes.
Silent Conjurer says the other scions have already arrived, madam. May I show you in?
Kuplokop says please, you have to stop them, but you mustn't kill them. They're not bad Mogles, Cupo. They're just misguided. A gentle no.
Ryosena says calm yourself, Kuplokop. Can you not see that she hasn't the faintest idea what you're talking about? Be quiet this instant. Pray forgive his witless outburst, sister.
It's kind of just like an upgrade. Just straight, you know.
Kenny Senna says most grateful am I that you have come, madam, and upon such short notice. Truly, Gridania could not wish for a more stalwart ally.
In the same way that Gladiator will evolve into Paladin.
But you are doubtless eager to know wherefore we summoned you. Our friend Kuplokop has brought to us news of a most unsettling development. It would seem that good King Moggle 12 has returned to Eorzea. Ryosena says a curious thing to hear, I know. Truth to tell, I myself cannot say for sure if he is a genuine figure from history or some manifestation of Muggle mythology. Kuplo here would have me believe the former.
Kuplokop says once upon a time, we Mogles served the gods in the heavens. It was quite nice up there. Unspeakably beautiful, unimaginably spacious, and with a literally endless supply of wine, Cupo. In spite of this, or possibly because of the last part, the gods eventually became discontented and started squabbling, which made life jolly difficult for the poor Mogles. So good King Moggle 12, may his glorious name live forever, decreed that the time had come to leave Cupo. The realm of man would suffice, he said, so all the Mogles should live there instead.
Holy shit! We'll always love you. I can't believe you did this to me, goddammit!
Unfortunately, the two realms are so far apart that we couldn't safely fly down. But good King Moggle 12, may his miraculous foresight ever be praised, knew exactly what to do. Cupo. He had a rope, you see, the longest one ever woven. This he nobly held while his subjects climbed all the way down to the world below. And that is how we Mogles came to this land, Cupo. All of us except good King Moggle 12, may his courageous sacrifice never be forgotten. He alone would remain in the heavens so that Mugglekind might at last know peace.
Oh, really? This whole time? Oh, for God's sake.
Papalimo says except that he has not remained in the heavens, from what I understand, that being your
Why
reason
the
for
heck
contacting
does
us,
it,
yes?
Like, Why would he jump forward just to jump back?
Ida says I'll bet he tied the rope to something.
Like, what's the
Good thinking.
fucking point?
Remind me again what the problem was with him returning to Eorzea?
Tak, okay.
I need to
I
get
know.
used
It looks really fucking funny.
Kenny Senna says the problem, Ida, lies in the fact that he was summoned. It is our belief that good King Moggle Mog 12 is a myth made manifest via means akin to those employed by the beast tribes in the summoning of their gods. Ida says what? You're saying a handful of Mogles with a boatload of crystals wished really, really hard, and he just sort of appeared? Would that even work?
Have a good night, Morocco.
Papalimo says what I cannot fathom is why they would even try. With Garuda humbled and the Ultima weapon destroyed, what new threat could have prompted them to take so drastic a measure?
Ryo Senna says might that not in itself be the answer? Twice in the last half-decade, Eorzea has been brought onto the very brink of destruction, only to be spared at the last by the heroics of a chosen few. To you who braved those tempests and survived by virtue of your own strength, this latest period of peace will doubtless seem a welcome respite. But to those who had not the power to defend themselves, who were spared only by another's grace, this is merely the calm before the storm. I think the Moggle's Guard are afraid of what tomorrow will bring, and that things may not end so well as they did yesterday. That fear has driven them to call upon a greater power, one they believe can be relied upon to protect their loved ones and their homes come what may.
Kuplokop says I assure you, the Moggle's Guard only want to protect the forest from outsiders. But ever since the return of good King Moggle Mog 12, may his boundless grace fill our hearts with love.
Ida says like the sylphs who summoned Rama, you mean?
Go to the grass stand.
Night, Marco.
Papalimo says we cannot discount the possibility that this entity is influencing the Mogles in a manner similar to that of a primal.
Kenny Senna says we share the same concern. Whoever or whatever the king may be, it is our belief that he poses a threat not only to Mugglekind, but to Gridania as a whole. Thus do we beseech you, madam, confront good King Moggle Mog 12 and drive him from our midst. Humbly I do thank you. The sanctuary of the Moggle's Guard and their liege lord is concealed by magical wards. Brother Isumian of the Conjurer's Guild will doubtless be able to offer insight on how they might be dispelled. Pray seek his counsel ere you proceed any further.
Right?
Rosa Hawthorne.
Oh, and happy at level 35, you will learn the ability
Mhm.
that makes dragoons die the most.
Isumien says,
Whoa.
welcome, madam,
What
welcome.
kind of
That you should be the
ability?
one to face good King Mogulmog 12 is of great comfort to me and to the elementals
It's a
both.
backfoot.
What, because people backflip off cliffs by accident?
It happens to Red
Yep.
Mage. It'll happen to you.
I look forward to it.
As I am sure you know, the Mogles are not by their nature a warlike race. Yet should the king be suffered to remain, it is like that his influence will bring about a change in them. Thus does it behoove us to defeat him quickly, before any lasting damage is done. Make whatever preparations you deem necessary and inform me when you are ready to seek the king. The wards barring access to the king's sanctuary can only be nullified through the use of enchanted keystones. The selfsame method employed 5 years ago, when first the king was summoned to Eorzea. It was with great regret that we were forced to sanction the slaying of the guardians who then held the keystones, for none were in our possession at the time. By the grace of the elementals, however, we have been spared that burden on this occasion. Kuplokop confided in me that he had been entrusted with a set of keystones by the Mogulsguard themselves. Yet wishing not to betray their confidence, he begged me to find some other means to gain entry to the king's sanctum. Alas, I have been unable to do so, and dare not labor any longer, for fear that the Mogles might succumb to the corrupting influence of their liege lord. We must needs have Kuplokop's keystones, madam. Pray go to him and beg his assistance. He awaits you at Westshore Pier. Impress upon him our great need, and I am certain he will.
Meow, 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 meow. Bum, 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 bum.
Well, if there truly is no other way, I'll do it, Cupo. Take the ferry to Sweet Bloom Pier, I'll go on ahead. Romarique says I have.
Okay. Oh shit, they're fat.
Wow.
But look,
I mean, like, I'm looking, but, you know, they're big, but it doesn't seem that.
Cup de Kappa says don't you dare lie to me. Cupo, I know what you're planning, and I won't allow it.
Oh, look, it's Americans.
Cuplo Cop says open your eyes. Cupo, the king will never be satisfied, no matter how many crystals you bring.
yeah, that's what I said.
Cupley Kip says we offered you a choice, and this is how you repay us?
To be fair, red, white, and blue could be any number of
Cup de Kappa says
countries.
Imperials, Grydanians, Sylphs, you're no different from the rest of them. Actually, you're worse, Cupo.
It could be the only thing worse than an American. It could be the French.
Copley Kip says traitor to his kins.
Fair.
No, not the French.
Cupley
if
Coop
they-
says enough. Cuplo Cop will answer for his crimes soon enough, as will all who defy the will of good King Moggle Mog 12. May he reign forevermore. Cupo.
Okay, no, they're definitely French. They're trying to put down a resistance.
Cuplo Cop says the king is planning to purge the 12's wood of his enemies. Cupo, we've got to stop him before it's too late. The entrance to Thornmarch is deep within the bramble patch. Cupo, if you take me there, I can nullify the ward. But be warned. The Moggle's Guard has set traps to lure enchanted beasts. I can't hide from them, so you'll need to protect me. Cupo.
Oh, fuck. Escort mission,
Did you just fail a quest? Did you
No.
just fail
No.
a quest, Celine?
No, she's upset because it's
Oh.
an escort mission.
Oh, I just saw the words like fail quest appear like on your screen, like in the little text box.
Did we failed and Fate again? We didn't even join.
Oh.
Oh my god! Swimming rats.
Talking to these
Mr. Bosicle
freaking,
obtains a bit of honey.
I'm speaking to these freaking sylphs
Nice.
right now, and they're all like, we won't speak to you unless you slash dance in front of us.
Oh yeah,
What
that fucking part.
Fucking. Oh, what a jolly jig! Oh, for fuck's sake. Not another one.
I mean, listen, your rogue garden does have a
He does have quite the
jolly
moves, it's true.
jig.
Yeah.
quite of the jolliest of cheeks.
You! Ay!
Bless.
Thank you. Yeah, that's some big wood. Swollen.
Oh,
We're
okay.
here. Cupo, I don't see any more beasts. Do you?
I almost read it differently.
Ah.
Are you ready to face the king? Raise your hand and focus. Like when you attune to an etherite. Cupo, I'll open...
Okay.
The rest is up to you, Cupo. Now go and teach those foolish Mogless a lesson and send the king back whence he came.
Yes, we will teach those foolish Mogles a lesson they won't forget.
Well, yeah.
Where's you? What are Mughals? I don't know.
Porn
We're gonna
match.
go kill Mogles.
I love killing things.
And quote.
Look at this swollen Jika. Ding.
And now we wait for PF to fill up.
It's not PF, it's just Duty Finder.
Hmm. What is Bozic doing in the game right now? Why are you going Super Saiyan?
I have
I'm looking at Celine's stream and I just see you.
my meter there in the bottom right is like my beast meter. So the warrior thing functions kind of like the barbarian in Dungeons and Dragons, you know, that you kind of
This song slaps so hard, by the way.
Your key?
Bang, ba, bam, ba, bam.
What do I need to do here? Slay a zig.
yeah, but think of it like a berserker rage sort of.
Oh, okay. I think I get it.
Moggle's Guard. Assemble. We must drive them out together. Cupo.
Whisker Wall. Is that wonderful? Wonderful.
Woolly Wart. Ruffletuff.
I feel like these names are references to something, but I don't know.
Furryfoot. Hook. I almost misread that. Huxley, go.
Shaggy song.
You'll be blown to smithereens. Cupo.
Going so hard.
Oh, do we need to stay in?
Yep.
Our foe is formidable, Cupo. But surely, they are no match for our king.
Hail to the king, Jupo.
Here's to the king from Kupo.
And then Avenged Sevenfold starts playing. in the
You shall
background.
suffer for your transgressions against my subjects. And now our battle begins in earnest. Mogglesguard, to arms. Your king has need of you.
Oh, it's a mushroom. Okay. I was like, damn, they can just grow straight up brownies, these stuffs. Brownies grow on trees? Crazy.
Okay, that's the second thing that I've misread.
Hearken unto me, brave Mogglesguard. These villains must be vanquished.
Well, those your powers of perception could use some more, so. Out of everyone, I should know. Trying to make sure Bozic doesn't get lost. Mission difficulty impossible.
Oh my god. Elden Ring.
Hold fast, Mogglesguard. Together we shall cast them out.
Yay! Trumpets no more.
Yeah, Kupo, Muggles by themselves are cute, but that house that I saw took it too far.
Mhm. You did it, Kupo.
Kuplo Cop says you did it, Cupo. You did it. Good King Moggle 12. I shudder to think what might have happened had you not stopped the Mogglesguard when you did. Thank you, madam. Perhaps now they'll come to their senses and stop playing at fairy tales. Rest assured that the chieftain will have choice words for them too. You should go and tell Puknipak that the king is no more, Cupo. She's
Hail to the king. Where are we going?
This person.
Pukmi says, do I dare believe my ears? Good King Mogul Mog 12, may his magnificent virtue serve as an example to us all has fallen? All Mughal-kind owes you a debt. Cupo. Ah, and I sense Ryo wishes to congratulate you as well. I shall let you two speak without fear of interruption.
Ryo Senna says your bravery and service to the 12 Wood and her Mogles shall not be forgotten, madam. My sister will doubtless wish to hear the tale of this great victory from the mouth of the woman responsible. Pray return to the Lotus Stand and treat her to a full account of the day's events, while the details are yet fresh in your mind.
Oh, so not to the Waking Sands, but the Lotus Stand.
Yep.
Because we had to make that fucking rhyme.
If the waking does not stand, you know the lotus
The
will
Lotus
stand.
must stand. If the Waking does not stand, then the Lotus must stand.
Silent Conjurer says the Elder Seer is expecting you, madam. May I show you in?
Wait, did she just call you madam?
Yep.
Well, I suppose that's what happens when your character's name is Madam Bozek. Everyone calls you Madam.
So when the
Kenny
dialogue
Senna says,
actually
madam,
does call
you will
for
return to us
madam
unharmed and
in
victorious.
front of the name,
Thus have I
then
two
it's
reasons
madam,
to be
madam.
glad.
Yeah, for me, it just says happy all the time.
Yet many questions remain unanswered.
Oh, happy.
If you would be so kind as to oblige me, I would fain hear all that occurred in Thornmarch. Then it is as we feared. Ida says the king really is a primal. But he really isn't, is he? I mean, the Mogles don't worship him, for one thing. He's not even a god to them. That doesn't sound like any primal I've ever heard of.
Papalimo says then mayhap the fault lies with the definition. The fact remains that through a combination of the power contained in crystals and the force of their collective faith, the Mogles called forth a being that by rights should not exist. Moreover, when slain, said being left no corpse, the Ether Witch. Comprised him, instead being scattered to the four winds.
Canny Senna says according to the accepted definition, he may not be a primal, but the mode of his manifestation was in every respect the same. Ida says which means.
Papalimo says Ashens. This whole business reeks of their handiwork. Kuplo Cop says Kapopo? They said it was a masked man who had taught them how years ago, but Gridania has no short. Papalimo says confound it all. How many more will they ensnare with
Kenny Senna says too many, I fear. So long as there are paragons to stir the embers, fools to build the pyre, and crystals to feed the flames, ever and again shall we suffer primal visitation. A somber thought, but a salutary one.
Milady?
My heartfelt thanks, madam. Already, the information you have provided has proven invaluable. The Grand Serpent Marshal and I have much to discuss. Ida says, oh, before you do, my lady, I was hoping we might finish discussing that other matter. Canny Senna says the matter of which you speak has even now been settled. The Scions shall not want for support. We shall be glad to send additional supplies to Revenant's Toll.
Oh, well, there you go.
Ida says we knew we could count on you, my lady.
If the modus does not stand.
Papalimo says while Ida and I remain to
The
discuss the
waking
particulars of our
must
arrangement with
stand.
the Elder Seedseer, mayhap you could return
Yeah,
to the
but
Waking
you
Sands
must
and
say-
apprise the antecedent of all that has transpired?
Bosick knows.
Yep.
What is this code? Chat, they've started speaking in tongues.
I've been always speaking in pies.
I mean, if you're not speaking with tongue, then how are you speaking?
No, it's fair. Yeah, but try speaking where you're only allowed to open your mouth and use only your tongue. You know, that's,
Yeah.
if you're not allowed to move your jaw, then like that's a lot harder now, ain't it?
That's how you talk to pussy.
Absolutely.
Oh god. Oh god, that joke just popped in.
Are you good?
Huh?
The pussy whisperer.
Say what now?
Uh-oh.
I did need
Minfilia says it is good to see you hail and healthy, madam. I received word from Ida and Papalimo that you had felled good King Mogglmog 12, but I had hoped to hear your version of the tale.
Oh.
Have you seen that?
So it was as they said, summoned with the same methods
I
used by the
think
beast
so.
tribes and taught by the Ashens.
It's really funny, I'm not gonna lie.
Though unfortunate, this incident did at least serve to remind the Elder Seedseer of our usefulness. Her offer of additional support could not have come at a better time. My thanks, madam.
Otherwise, Minfilia
Owing to the
getting
tireless
bent
efforts of
over.
all concerned, we are, at long last, ready to bid farewell to Vesper Bay.
Me?
So as to avoid drawing undue attention, we shall make the journey to Revenant's Toll in small groups, departing at irregular
Yeah, that was
intervals.
the quest picture.
Lest you doubt, it is still my intention to conduct future operations openly, but on this particular occasion, the need for caution
figured some
overrides
artists
all
like
other
that too.
concerns.
Good.
I'm
To move
paying
north as
attention
one
now.
ponderous caravan would only serve to invite attack. It seemed only right that I should
Well,
be the
you have
last to
my
leave,
attention, now
and
you
I would have
have
you
my
remain with me
erection.
until the end, madam. Upon my departure, the Waking Sands will formally cease to be our headquarters, and the premises will be given into the care of Urianger. I had thought to relinquish the property, but he was quite adamant, and I had not the heart to disagree. These walls have borne witness to some of the brightest and darkest moments in our order's history. Mayhap it is best that we do not forsake them entirely.
Until the end.
Urianger shall remain here and devote his energies to studying the nature of primals. By the grace of the 12, he will one day discover the permanent solution that we have sought for so long. Of course, he will not be alone. Alice shall continue to work closely with him as well. Should they require our assistance, I have their assurances that they will not hesitate to contact us. Speaking of Urianger, would you inquire of him if any tasks remain undone? I cannot escape the feeling that I have forgotten something. Something important.
Oh boy, talk to Yuri Anger. And to be fair, we should have
Something
probably
important.
we probably should have moved our base after
Urianger
we
says,
got
thou art ever
raided
welcome,
by
madam,
the
but I require no
Empire.
assistance. Pray take thy leave unburdened by concern for my well-being.
That, maybe.
Verily, thy countenance bespeaks a desire to quit this place without further delay. Mayhap thou thinkest this chapter of our tale concluded, that these halls should rightly be consigned to the annals of history? In man's eagerness to seize the future, how readily he doth set down the past. Full many a proud pioneer hath bravely stridden into the great unknown, only to find there the banner of his ancestor, faded by the eons. And still man glorieth in his discoveries. 'Tis through his pride that wisdom doth ever give way to ignorance, while they who lurk in shadow remain hidden, lost know. Sooner than they are found.
Yo. I like how I'm only like half paying attention to like the quest that I'm doing,
Be not offended, madam.
which means that
Thy
there's a lot
conduct
of
hath
like
ever
running
been
from
beyond reproach.
NPC to
Despite thy
NPC,
surpassing strength,
just like,
and all thy many
alright,
victories,
wait, can I
thou
remember
hast
what the
never been
previous
so
NPC
convinced
said?
of thine own greatness as to imagine thyself above the
What am I
failings of
doing
thy
here?
forebears. Mayhap it is the echo which hath opened
Sue's being attacked by the Empire in secret. Blah, blah, blah.
thine eyes to the lessons of history. Would that the same could be said of
I mean, they're literally just floating cabbages.
Straight up. Flowing cabbages with like chicken legs.
Minfilia says Aya.
Loading cabbages that get sent pretty
Your
far.
Yanger says,
when
whence came that cry?
hunted.
The solar. 12.
Uh-oh. Oh, she's in the ground.
Minfilia says madam. You must.
You.
Tell me, Luswa, would you have done the same?
Says, Le Soir Leveler was a remarkable man,
Oh,
wise
God.
beyond mortal measure.
Oh
Would
no,
that I had
evil
met him
baby
prior
has
to his
come.
passing.
Evil white baby. So black this time.
Minfilia says an Ashen here. How?
Oh, that's a
Says
break
how
from the
readily
norm.
you see. You are indeed gifted.
Minfilia says, but you are not like the others. You're
I was about to say something,
Says
but maybe I
gifted,
shouldn't.
but ignorant.
Yet
I shall not judge you harshly.
We've been treading
The
down
fault lies
this
with your
dark
forebears.
path.
It has been millennia. Mine are the robes of an emissary. Unlike he who came before, I have no quarrel with you.
Minfilia says he who. You speak of La Habria?
Says La Habria is a warrior. He fought. He fell. He may yet learn from his mistakes.
Minfilia says then he is still.
Says come. I only confirm that which you already knew. There is no cessation, no oblivion. Only expulsion.
Minfilia says you. What are? Tatara says we're ready when you are, my lady. If there's nothing else.
That kid is too dumb to see him.
Is something the matter? I feel the same way. After everything that's happened here, it feels strange to leave. But I'm sure we'll soon get used to Revenant's toll. Well, I'll let you say your goodbyes. Take as long as you like, my lady. We shall depart whenever you're ready.
Tataru doesn't have
Says
insight.
it is only to be expected.
She can't see
She
the
lacks the gift
amygdala.
and the knowledge both.
Yep.
To her, we are
Minfilia says I do not understand.
says shadowless, fleshless, formless. What truth there is in each tale is diluted by time and telling. Knowledge dictates expectation, and expectation colors perception. Thus did she perceive not. So it is with all but a chosen few. Even you, when young,
Minfilia says you know nothing about me. Nothing.
says the gift grants you clarity, it grants you focus. With it, you may in time come to see us as we are, rather than this crude approximation.
Minfilia says La Habrea did not think so highly of the Echo.
Says La Habrea is wrong about a great many things. The echo is indeed a gift, albeit one you have yet to master.
Minfilia says, and if we did?
Says there would be no strife between our peoples, for we would be of one mind.
Oh, she kinda done. What
I
did she do
leave,
now?
as I came, in peace, antecedent. May we meet again as friends.
Minfilia says wait. Stay where you are. Aya.
Says mayhap I was indelicate.
More
'Tis a mercy she shields her children from his grace with such resolve. Was it also by her
Yeah,
hand
well.
that you survived the ardor, I wonder?
Minfilia says I take it there is no need to explain. Save your concern. He did me no lasting harm. Whatever his intention was, it was not to kill. Tataru says I heard a cry. What happened? Are you all right? You look faint. Do you need to lie down? I could fetch you a flask of my special tonic. Minfilia says Urianger, send word to the students of Baldesian. Tell them to scour the archives, the forbidden tomes in particular. If there is any reference to an ashen robed in white, however oblique, I would know of it.
Urianger says, "An ashen, my lady? Was that what gave you cause?"
Well,
I did but moments ago glimpse a figure clad in white set forth from the waking sands. Yet Ashens are wont to employ teleportation magics. Why would one be so brazen?
Minfilia says I know not and care not. Find him, madam. Turn every stone in Vesper Bay if you have to.
Urianger says, "Pray attend me, Tataru."
Okay.
Okay, dokie.
Search for the white-robed Asian.
Yeah, it's like we're shiny hunting. Oh shit.
Huh. I wonder where he could be. Gee, there's so... It's so... inconspicuous.
Oh, wait, he's right there.
Says I am told that you are the warrior of light. But I would know for myself. I shall walk north, and you may choose to follow. Know, however, that you will be waylaid if you do, you may even perish. Should you survive, we shall speak anon.
Yeah, I don't really want to follow him, like, what's the point? Can we just not? Oh no!
Oh yeah, I had to come over here for the gladiator hunting log.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking bloated bogies.
Yeah, the level 20 bogies. Yeah. Oh god. That's a big boy. That's 2 gargoyles. I wonder what's next. Fucking 3 gargoyles?
No. 4.
Ah. Oh.
Alright, I helped the sylphs. Thank goodness.
Sylphs.
Spirited away. Like the elders.
Yeah, I remember both liked them quite a lot.
Oh my fucking... Fucking toads.
I don't know, I just heard...
Toads.
Yeah, why were you hurt of poor toad?
Hey.
Remarkable. Truly remarkable. I thank you for granting me this indulgence.
Okay,
None
little
save
girl.
she who bested La Habrea could endure such an examination. Have the laws of man grown so twisted in my absence that it is now permitted to lay hands upon an emissary? You bore witness to my audience with the antecedent, did you not? Then you know I acted only in self-defense. I realize the same cannot be said of La Habrea. Even amongst his brethren, he is considered unique. Nevertheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds, for through them we discovered you, one so strong in the gift that she could cast us out. Your mother favors you still, that much is plain. But surely you must feel it? Her influence wanes, and her strength shall soon be spent. These lands, these people, this world, all shall soon change. As it was, so shall it be again. As it should always have been. Doubt my claims and question my motives if you will.
What is this?
Lady Bussy.
Only believe me when I say this.
Bussy? Where? Sorry, you got me attention.
Elidibus says I am
Lady
Elidibus,
Bussy.
emissary, bearer of the word of the one true God. And we shall meet.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
The Lotus does not stand.
Now we return to the Waking Saints.
Yes. Indeed. Indeedly. Also, why is this Lullafu statue doing his hail, you know?
Don't know. It's... I like how I kept trying to click on the door, and I clicked on everything but the door. There was a person standing there, there was a pet, there was a minion, like...
Minfilia says, "Thank the gods you've returned, madam. After you left, I began to worry that I might have sent you to your doom. I take it our visitor proved elusive? Beg pardon? He was waiting for you. What did you do? What did he say?" As it was, so shall it be again? Of when does he speak? And of what, exactly? The words of this Elidibus portend much, but reveal nothing, save perhaps a measure of disdain for La Habrea. I had hoped for answers, but it seems I shall have to be content with a wealth of additional questions.
She has so many questions.
Yep.
Let us set aside the matter of this ashen until after we have completed our move to the Rising Stones. There is but one final favor I would ask of you before I depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Ala Migan resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained the deception for nigh on half a decade, furnishing the resistance with vital Imperial secrets while feeding his paymasters subtly conceived misinformation. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I have closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information he and his agents could steal on what they believe to be the single greatest threat to Eorzea, the Primals. Its wisdom has guided me through the years, though there is much within I still do not understand. It is my hope that Urianger will fare better. Tell him to treat it with care. It is all I have left of my father.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Thank you, thank you. I know I was highly missed for all of the 2 minutes I was gone.
Oh yeah. Always.
Urianger says, "I thought thee departed. To what end dost thou linger?"
Happy.
Look, the only time I want someone
The father's
calling my
final
name like
bequest.
that is when they're
The
like
daughter's lifelong
in my
labor.
bed.
See, what, you don't want to call them, seem sad?
I mean, you know, you could put it... They could be in other places, too. They could be in your car. It could be, you know...
True,
over a counter.
Wait. Wait. This is actually funny. Like,
It is no small
when it's
thing
like,
to surrender
like,
such a cherished memento.
flaccid,
Well can I
it's
imagine the
slim
antecedent's
sad,
pain.
but when
Upon
it's,
mine honor,
you know,
I swear to spare no effort in the study of these
Bad
materials,
happy. Yeah.
lest my lady's sacrifice be in vain.
Yeah. I named myself after my erection. You're so right.
Yeah, I knew it.
Minfilia says, Madam, this is Minfilia.
Even funnier since I named my chocobo
Forgive me,
Slim
but
Sad.
I could wait no longer. I have departed for the Rising Stones.
Oh no.
Come on, little chocobo, we gotta go.
If you have yet to. Once you have given the journal to Urianger, I bid you come to the 7th heaven in Revenant's Toll. Tatara will be there to show you inside our new headquarters. Assuming you have already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of our new Etherite in Revenant's Toll. After all, it is right on our doorstep.
That's a fun way of saying, like, by the way, we have fast travel now.
Hell yeah.
Imagine that. We have a teleport crystal that we can get to.
Whoa.
Tataru says,
Yeah,
oh,
she's
madam,
already happy
you're here.
about it.
Good. We were all wondering when you'd show up.
Fuck yeah, teleportation.
Slaffborn says as I was just telling your restive receptionist here. I'm pleased to inform you that all the documents have been prepared and all signatures signed. The Rising Stones is officially yours.
Tataru says, splendid. From this day forward, I will spare no effort in seeing that it is as welcoming and comfortable a home for us as the Waking Sands ever was.
Slaffborn says most of the men and women you see around you here in Revenant's Toll are adventurers who come and go as they wish. I dare say that should make it easier for you to go about your business here. And it shouldn't hurt that Madam here has already made something of a name for herself here. Isn't that so, Madam?
Tataru says, why, that's wonderful to hear. Rest assured that this receptionist will work just as hard to see that our efforts do not skip a beat despite the relocation. And with that, madam, I do believe it's time you officially announced your presence to everyone inside. The antecedent and the others will surely be overjoyed to see you.
What the fuck?
Okay.
I've received an invite to the Novice Network.
Basically,
Oh god.
so that's, as far as I remember, that's like if,
If someone wants to mentor you.
yeah.
Is there any point to declining?
I mean,
You can always join and leave after if you want.
I declined
Okay.
because I feel like I have enough mentorship going on with people like Kura and Selen and Zeno.
Yeah. I default to just having my chat set to the free company. Meow.
Meow.
Minfilia says, well, it is certainly spacious.
Yo, you're cheering? You kobold ass looking motherfucker? Damn, you're sick. Kyokurun.
Go. Yeah, I remember that guy.
Why can't I play as this race?
Today marks a new beginning for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. For today, we declare our independence.
Great question.
Like, imagine if I went from a Rogadin with this, like, Side Slider maxed down to playing one of those.
Alphinaud says we shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all of Eorzea's people, proudly and openly. But this does not mean that we will sever our ties to the Eorzean alliance. On the contrary, the antecedent and I shall endeavor to strengthen them. Rest assured, however, that we shall not permit political considerations to influence our decisions.
Minfilia says our identity remains unchanged, as does our cause. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Eorzea.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn says for Eorzea.
Yay.
Yeah.
Minfilia says a moment of your time, madam. I would speak of Elidibus.
Urianger says pardon the intrusion, my lady. But the matter which bringeth me will admit no delay. Mine every attempt to contact the students of Baldesian hath been met with silence.
Minfilia says no one will respond? How odd. Allow me to try. No response. Surely they would not ignore us?
Huh?
Yeah.
Urianger says they have never yet, my lady. I fear we must assume
They
the
put us on blacklist.
Minfilia says no. No, I will not believe it. An outpost, perhaps, but not their headquarters. Their wards are beyond circumvention. Had they come under attack, they would most certainly have raised the alarm. None could penetrate their sanctum unnoticed. But for those who lack the gift and the knowledge both. Oh no. Contact their agents in the field at once. If aught has befallen the students of Baldesian, they may know of it. Though the thought of it pains me, until such time as we have evidence to the contrary, we can but assume the worst. Accordingly, we must needs seek another source of information on Elidibus.
Urianger says, 'tis possible that others in the homeland are possessed of such knowledge. Be fairly warned, however. They are unlike to yield it unconditionally.
Minfilia says do what you must. Yet another unforeseen and unwelcome development.
We just can't catch a break.
What could be next, I wonder? A visit from a crimson-clad Ashen, perhaps? Or Ochre? Or Puce? And which of our allies will then fall silent? For a time, I thought we had gained the upper hand. When you shattered the crystal of darkness and cast out La Habrea, I dared to hope that we had found a way to rid ourselves of the Ashen Menace.
Gigaroon, Titaroon, Mimiroon.
But I was wrong. He endures and may yet return. Upon that point, I have no doubt that Elidibus spoke true. Yet there must be a way to destroy them utterly, a way to spare this world their unholy machination. I dare not consider the alternative. There are forces at work we do not understand, madam. I discern them all around, in disturbances too great and too numerous to be dismissed as mere coincidence. Doubtless the Paragons are involved, but how and to what end is far from clear. I know not what will come, but I do know that we will rise and meet it as one. Ah, my stalwart hero. Your face is a picture of resolve. I know that you will be ready when the time comes. With luck, however, that will not be for a while yet. Pray return to your private affairs with my blessing. Should anything arise, you will be informed.
Arm's length nullifies most
Yay.
knockback and drawing effects.
Kryl, where are you?
Kururo.
I have to assume this ability called Arm's Length that I got at level 32 is mostly for PvP.
Nabrialis
No.
says your intercession was not
No?
foretold.
It prevents knockbacks.
Also, I guess, for
Elizabeth
example,
says you
against
object.
that like big arena
Nabriali
boss,
says we
you
question.
sometimes
Our plans
find
are in
where
motion.
he like breaks half the stage and like you have to jump around
Elizabeth
and
says
stuff.
they survived the 7th Order and are stronger now in the gift. Does that not intrigue you?
Okay, fair enough. But presumably it's not very applicable
Nabriali
in like
says,
regular content.
no, it does not.
Elizabeth says serve as you will. So too shall I. The wisdom of his plan shall become apparent in time, when the veil is lifted from their eyes.
He also slows down your
And,
enemies.
at long last,
Like
they see.
the attack speed.
Wait, does slow effects apply both movement and attack?
Well, so slow is for attack speed and heavy is for movement speed.
Man, I wish the game would tell me that somewhere. You know?
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
Happy. I wanted to point out, there is a new redeem in the stream.
Oh.
A new redeem? In yours or in Silence?
Keep
In mine.
saying I have no bitches, but where are yours?
Hold on.
Where are yours? Where are they? I don't see them.
It's here. What is...
Lamar.
I like how I've never looked at your redeems, because I barely ever use redeems on any channel, to be
Saying I have no
honest.
bitches, but where are yours? Where are yours? Where are they?
Where are yours?
I don't see them.
I don't see him.
Agnes looking absolutely deranged. No, that's excellent.
No,
Well, Bozak, we can call it here if you want.
yeah, it's getting to be right about the time where we usually call it, so we can call it here.
The next quest starts like a new section, yeah.
Also works for me. I mean, I got to level like 32 and a half, so...
Hell yeah.
Well on my way, as
I mean,
they
we
say.
got the new primal.
Oh, should we? Should we take him through when he gets his raids?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you mean like... Well, what do you mean?
Like his should I'm trying to think of how to phrase it, because
I don't know if we have time to do them again, but you
Yeah.
could join us for the new ones, like the extremes we still have left.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Good shit. Well, I'm gonna
So-
go and eat some ice cream.
Oh, fuck yeah. Do you have some for me?
Yeah, I can send some.
Yeah,
Would
express
be
delivery.
A little bit milkshakey. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'll take it. I say as if I didn't go out and buy an ice cream earlier today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Thanks for the games.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
Anytime. I'm probably also gonna call it.
Tomorrow we continue Bozak, right?
Oh yeah.
No, it's
Should we also I don't know. I was gonna say, should we also make it a thing of like starting off with like a daily dungeon?
Oh yeah, I mean, if you guys want to level up something, we can do that. Yeah, sure. Works for me.
Okay.
I mean, I'm doing this very much just if I'm here, you know, I'll join. You know,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not doing anything.
obviously you have like your D&D and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, my D&D is usually on Saturdays, so it's usually just for community day.
Yeah.
All right, we still need to. I don't know why it got put on the back burner, but we still need to figure out some time to do the Kingdom Death Monster at some point.
Eventually, yeah.
Eventually.
Soon PM.
Soon TM.
Oh. Have a good night, guys. Have a good
Alright.
Good
work,
night.
boss.
Have a good night. Yeah, I am
I
also
will
gonna jump
try.
off,
Bye-bye.
so I'll
Bye-bye.
see you guys later. Have a good one.
Have a good one. All right. So first, before we call it a night here, we are going to craft a cobalt aubergine. Which requires cobalt rings. I need to
Ceiling-
talk to Selen Cat about pulling some cobalt out.
Ceiling cut.
That. Now I need cobalt rings.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Welcome aboard. We're just doing a little bit of crafting before call it. Cobalt rings, alright. So how many do I need? I need 3, right? Yeah. I need...
Keep saying I have no bitches, but where are yours? Where are yours? Where are they? I don't see them!
How the blood-soaked Protestant hell did you do that?
Fuck you, that's
Hope
how.
you find that to be enjoyable, Zylina. And yeah, fuck you, that's how. Classics. Whoop. Okay. There we go. That. Okay. This is gonna be a bit of a rough one. Okay. And by that I mean, obviously, we're going to get the majority of our crafting on it done on the first go. There we go. So we got the Cobalt Harbor. Heaven's Eye. Awesome. Winberg at Hawker's Round. Oh, no problem, Happy. Always happy. Well, always happy to have you around. It's always a joy. You say this, but counterpoint. Oh, I almost forgot.
I have no bitches. But where are yours? Where are yours? Where are they? I don't see them.
Nananza says, Madam Blanster, this, the final round of your contest, will decide victory or defeat. May the best armorer win.
Ah, yes, Merlwib. She could also make some money off of
Admiral,
OnlyFans.
who are these gentlemen? Where are the mannequins? Merlwib says, I find little can be learned from insipidly lifeless models, so I've decided to take a different tack. My men here will wear your armor submissions instead. Nananza says, I see. Do you intend them to take on varying poses for your inspection? Merlwib says, in a manner of speaking. We wish to determine the quality of the armor, do we not? I prefer the direct approach. Nananza says, Bargot's beard. What kind of appraisal is this?
Blanster says you really that surprised. Nananza, no finer way to test your gear than in the heat o' battle.
Have a good rest, Happy.
Nananza says using flesh and blood warriors is hardly necessary. What of the risks of injury?
And
Blanster says,
hopefully I
hey,
see
me
you
armor was
tomorrow.
built to withstand far worse than this. If those blokes get hurt by them oversized hatchets, then I ain't got no business being here. Ye agree on that score, don't ye, madam?
Again, I love the fact that
Merlwib says, well, it appears your claims to
all of
excellence are
these
more than
characters
empty
are
boasts.
wearing
Let's raise the stakes, shall we?
some fantasy stuff, and then there's my girl standing there in street clothes. Ah!
Nananza says, Admiral, you go too far. Merlwib says such expensive equipment is of little use to us if it cannot stop a bullet. And lest you think me reckless, my men were never in any real danger. I quite carefully inspected the sturdiness of both habergeons before we began. You are not the only one with an eye for quality, dear Forge Master. In any case, it appears we have a winner.
Blanster says, I don't believe it. The shot punched through me, Link?
Merlwib says perhaps the reason you cannot answer that question, Armorer, is the reason you just lost to your colleague.
Blanster says,
Merlwib says this was a most educational and entertaining experience. When the Maelstrom next finds itself in need of replacement equipment, I believe I know just the sort of armorer to whom we shall turn. Nananza says congratulations, madam. It was a close contest, but you've struck a telling blow here today nonetheless. The question is, does Blanster yet realize his folly? It would be best for you to seek him out to learn where we now stand.
Okay. Gonna skip. Do-do-do. Gonna finish up with this quest, and then we'll raid into Colin. I think Colin's streaming, right?
Blanster says, reckon I ought to steer clear o' guild business fair a time. Get me some distance to think on all of this. But ye tell that harpy Nananza that she better not let this place fall to pieces. I'll still be watching.
There we go. Oh, better boots. Can't complain with some better boots.
This concludes the Armorer quests for Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. In order to undertake the next series of quests, you must first meet the following requirements. You must have completed the main scenario quest before the dawn. Once you have done so, the next Armorer quest.
Okay. And that's that. We are going to equip our newly acquired items. We apply our glam. And yeah. Okay. Now, is there anybody to raid? Should be Colin, right? No, no Colin. Oh, it's today's Colin's day off, isn't it? I saw him playing Elden Ring, and I thought he would be streaming. Okay. Well, thank you everybody for joining. We will continue tomorrow. And I will, yeah. Sleep well. Yeah, I'll maybe sleep. Maybe maybe I'll be on playing with Zeno since he's back online. We'll see. I'm feeling a little tired, but we'll see. So yeah, take care, everybody. Have a good night. Really looking forward to jumping into the next bit. All right, take care, Chris. See you. Take care, Xylena, Selene, everybody. Have a good night. Bye bye.